841. Raw Mike Richards, Newstalk Sauga 960. As we've been talking this morning, and you will see it certainly later on today, as I'm going to be just very quickly in moments being joined by Sean Bryan. Just have to click on the camera part of the Zoom broadcast, and we will have Sean Bryan, who is part of a company whose hats we are wearing today. The BryansBothers. Be real, be respected. And, you know, the one thing about when we do this, people always want to know, well, where do we get these things? Where can we get it? Well, Sean is going to tell you exactly where you can get all this stuff. Sean, thanks so much for joining me here this morning.
Hi, how you doing?
Well, look how I'm doing. Look at this.
Yes, I see.
Come on. This stuff is fantastic. Fantastic stuff. And, you know, as soon as it was delivered here yesterday, I was like, I saw the one that has sort of the logo of the face on it. And so this morning, I can just tell you right now, this will be going out on Twitter, and people are going to go nuts and want to know where they can get it all, because they always ask. And for the most part, there has been no answer, because there was stuff that was done like 4 or 5 years ago as someone just sort of as a favor, but never like this. Like it just, not like this. And this, like the style of hat that I'm wearing right now in terms of its actual cut, like is this a trucker hat? What are you calling this?
This one's a snapback, and the other one's a dad hat.
But you like, okay, so first of all, I'm always very curious. People will think, okay, what business, what industry could we maybe get something in? And if someone said hats, I go, well, people have a lot of hats. There's a lot of hats in here. But yet there's always an angle. There's always a reason someone jumps in. So Sean, what was your reasoning for getting into this?
Well, first off, I would say it's a love for hats. Since I was a kid, I just love wearing hats. I'm always in a hat. Like you never see me without it, unless I can't go in with a hat. I wouldn't. so about like in 2010, I was just tired of wearing like brand like logo hats, team hats, and I just decided to make my own logo. Not even thinking about a business, I just made the logo. I made a few hats, a red one, a black one, and it just and people just started being like, what is that BB, and I thought of just using my last name, and it was and the name was actually inspired from Brooks Brothers, to be honest.
Okay, sure, yeah, big.
It was actually inspired from Brooks Brothers, so I just went with like Bryans to give it that kind of high end feel or sound. But other than that, yeah, it just came out of just liking hats. And then about 2015, listening to podcasts, and I remember listening to Ty Lopez, and he was talking about style, e-commerce and all that stuff, and that also drove me to start the store.
Because what's your background? So what's the background then? Are so you're not in design, or weren't in design?
Yeah, I actually draw most of my designs, to be honest,
wow,
and then I get them digitized. So that's really what it is. But yeah, so I just wanted to, because I could never find a hat brand that was different and had everything. So I pretty much just created it.
Well, there's a lot though. I mean, people have to understand too, when you go to the actual website, which is BryansBothers.com. So check that out. You have a lot of stuff here, a lot of different lines, I suppose, including one that's just really interesting, which is the Respect My City line. So it can be like made to order. So it could be like a town. It could be like right now. It could be Mississauga. Could be Georgetown. It could be anything you want, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that also came from like everybody liking cities, right? Like everybody likes to represent their city. So the brand, our slogan is "Be real, be respected." So with that, I figured like "Respect My City" just sounds like something someone would want to represent, right?
Yeah. No, are you kidding me? That's a great slogan. And so if people want to order, so if they want a custom order, or let's say, I mean, and it could be anything. It could be a club. It could be a group of people. It could be a group of people going away like to Mexico or the Dominican. They go, wouldn't it be great to get these real cool hats? You can do all that, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Now, what about a teams? Because I see you have youth baseball hats. Like there are different styles, and if they wanted something kind of cool to their own, how do people go about ordering stuff like this?
You would have to order what's on the site at the moment. But in terms of customizing, I'm looking into all of that. But yeah, it's just pretty much like my ideas
Hmm.
on the website at the moment.
And so you also have something about collaborations. So who have you worked with? Now, people should know you. But by the way, you're right here in Mississauga, correct?
Yes,
Now,
yes.
born and raised Mississauga.
No, I'm born in St. Lucia, but I moved to Canada about 21 years ago. So I've been there for a while.
St. Lucia to here? What?
Yes,
Can
yes.
I trade? Can I go to where your family's from?
Everybody always says that.
I bet. But here, so hip hop matters, crypto ranks, A&K Zodiac. So what are these collaborations?
Yeah. That's a collaboration with my cousin in Halifax. He has the Hip Hop Matters clothing line. So we like did a little collaboration. And yeah, I'm open to collaborations. So that's another thing. So I'm open to collaborations and just want to continue to get into stores, which actually that's probably been the biggest challenge. But to be honest, I've really wanted to just grow the brand identity before I even got into stores
Right.
and get fan base. I didn't want to just jump in,
So how do you do that? Because this is it sounds like the kind of thing where you, I could see you being on Dragon's Den or Shark
Yeah,
Tank or something. Is that
yeah.
have you ever thought about doing something like that?
No, I haven't, but yeah, it's up the alley of doing something to that effect. I just think for stuff like that, you have to be so prepared. But other
Yes.
than that, no, I haven't thought about it that far yet.
Yeah. See, I always see those guys get a great idea and then they like grill them. So you're saying based on these numbers, and I go, oh God, now there's math. Now you got to
Yeah,
do math. So
yeah.
so you're saying you're a $10 million company?
No,
Give or take. I mean, I'd like to. I mean,
I would like to. That's the goal. That's the goal.
that is
To
the
get to
goal.
that point,
Let me
yeah.
tell you some of the logo stuff too, like on the Hip Hop Matters is the part of the website I'm looking at right now. One with the old style microphone, which that's really great. So
Yes.
in designing that, is that so you did this? You made that?
Yeah. Well. That's his design, and then
Okay.
I just kind of brought them together. But
Oh, yeah.
mostly everything on there, it's my design.
Well, it is really cool. And as I said, people are always looking for stuff. They're always
Mhm.
looking for stuff, and you think, you go by a store like Lids,
Yeah.
and you just assume that that's kind of it. Well, clearly it's not. And I think
Mhm.
people like to buy. I'll be honest, Sean. People like to support local. I
Yeah.
I believe in that. I believe if you really want to see our community, grow, this is a very important thing that you do.
Yes.
We had I'm trying to think of who it was from the Argos doing the about Black business people. It was an
Mm.
association, and I thought, you know, that's kind of what needs to be done. And I
Yes.
know everyone wants to talk about inclusivity, and you see, a bunch of
Yes.
white dudes, oh, this is a great idea. But really, what are you doing to
Yes.
help? It's nice that you say that and
And
publicly.
that's
You want,
really what it's about,
yeah,
actually. Yeah,
yeah.
it's about actually doing, right?
It's the doing part. And so,
Mhm.
look, if you want to support a business, and look, Black, white, whatever it happens to be, this is just really great stuff. But for those that are trying to get into the business, those in Mississauga, this is a local person trying to do something here. Instead of just talking about what a great idea to be inclusive, buy a hat, buy 10, buy 2 dozen, because look, and you're not, and it's the one thing too that I've talked about with a bunch of friends of mine. It's you buy it because it's good. You
Yes.
support it because it's
Mhm.
not just the right thing to do, Sean. But when I look at this, I'm like, okay, if I have a choice, and both are pretty good,
Yes.
you want to show a little backbone for the local guy. You want to show that you want to back a Black business, not because it's Black only, right? Because
Right.
Sean's from St. Lucia and I lives in Mississauga. You buy it because you think he's got a good idea, and you want to support the Bryansbothers. So to me, that's That's a really big part of this that I hope people understand. It's not so much just, oh, so Richards has like a black guy on, and so now he's talking about buying black. That's not what I'm talking about at all. And people who listen to the show a long time know that I'm not like that. I like to see small business people who have a good idea, and especially in these last 2 COVID years, because it sounds like previous to this was maybe something you weren't doing previous to COVID.
Yeah, well, I started it in 2018, which like it has been tough, but I'm pushing through, right? And like I said, I wanted to create something that when you go to the site, for example, if you go on Snapbacks like right now and you just go through like the first 2 pages, I wanted to create something for hat lovers, right? Like it's mainly for hat lovers, but then something that you can identify with the brand. So I wanted to make sure that you visit that website and you cannot leave that website without saying you found a hat. Like you will find a hat that you like on the site. Like I am confident that doesn't matter who you are, you will find a hat on that site.
Well, there's so many cool looking designs, and I'm just looking at the logo. So the small b, big B, sort of in a handwritten font is just so you know that's what the basic logo looks like, and there's variations of that logo.
So I want to explain something to you. If you notice, the second B, it's actually a like hat turned upside, like turned up. So that's what it is. It actually. So I found that font, and then I just used the hat. I designed the hat and I just turned it up.
That's pretty cool.
That's all it is. It actually incorporates the hat in there.
See, that's brilliant stuff. And there's one where it's right now I'm looking at it. It's done. It's on a black hat, but it's a trucker hat where the hands are coming up and sort of embracing the logo.
Yes. In good hands. Yes.
Okay, so how'd you come up with that?
Yeah, well, again, just inspiration everywhere. Like every day I go out, I find ideas, I see stuff, I just find ways to incorporate, like being from that perspective now. Like before I was a shopper, and now I'm in the perspective of when I go out, I just get inspired of different things I see.
Well, the inspiration is well put. So when you're looking at this, you're looking at this, and people are always asking, where can I get this stuff? Now, can someone then just say, I want that Richards hat. I want the Raw Mike Richards. Can people do that on your website? They can request this?
Yeah, I could do that collaboration if you were open to doing that, and then we could put that on the site. But as of right now, yeah. No, it's just a one-of-one for you.
Right. But this is how it starts, right? So you're dealing with someone, and let's say it's a company, a local company, and okay, so Bell Lifestyles product, right? So that's a major sponsor. They're here in Mississauga. They see this and they're like, yeah, we should do something like that. Then that conversation starts, and you're saying that's how the collaboration starts.
Yes, that's it, and that's really what I actually want to like do with companies, like even like Canadian companies, right? Like even department stores, like Hudson Bay, Holt Renfrew, whatever higher it was in, like Giant Tiger, it wouldn't even matter. But anything that would be Canadian that would want to collaborate and make a hat, because I feel like hats are like that piece, that accessory piece that you see first, right? Like when someone comes in and they have a hat, you wanna read what's on there, right?
Oh, so, Holt Renfrew would be great
too. Yeah. Designing stuff for companies like that would actually be the ideal way that I want to go.
Now, I don't know if you're a single guy, but if I was a single guy and my stuff was in Holt Renfrew, I'm taking some of the ladies by going, do a little designing for Holt Renfrew. You know what I mean? This is kind of what I do. Yeah,
exactly. That's where I actually want to like go with this. I want to take it to that point where, and even collaborate with brands in the US too, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, this is great stuff here this morning. Sean, thank you so much for joining us. This will go out later today on Twitter, so our actual conversation, people can see it, and then in its entirety, I'm going to be sending you that, so you have the whole thing. So if you want to put it on the, what I tell people is when they come on, use the material on your website. So when you first click to it and it's pinned on there, it's like, what is this? He's talking. Why is he talking? You look at the hats. Like,
I will definitely. I'll definitely pin it.
Yeah, you do that. Hey, we'll talk again. We'll definitely talk again. I think you've done a great job here. I think the product's fantastic, and you're a super nice guy. So we'll keep in touch. We'll see what happens here. But I'm telling you, I really enjoyed the conversation. You're a good man.
Yes, thank you. And I just want to tell everybody to check out the social media at BryansBothers and www.bryansbothers.com.
There it is. See, it's like a pro. Now he's just like throwing stuff in. He's doing little. The book comes out next week. You watch where this guy goes. He's a good one. Thanks so much, Sean.
Okay, thank you for having me.
That is Sean Bryan joins here this morning. We're talking to Bryan's Brothers right here in Mississauga. And as I said, you'll see the stuff later today.